Russia has begun deploying troops in Burkina Faso. On January 25th, reports emerged of around 100 Russian military personnel arriving in Burkina Faso's capital, Ouagadougou.
Hello guys, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. Now, reports reaching us has it that Putin has deployed a military backup for Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. This is obviously emboldened by the failed coup attempt on Ibrahim Traore. Yes, in a bid to continually expel French influence from the region and targeting jihadist terrorism organization. This is the latest update coming from Burkina Faso. Take a look.
Since the military-led nation drove out French forces early last year, its relations with Moscow have been in the spotlight, prompting speculations that it will strengthen security links with Russia, similar to neighboring Mali, the home base of Russian Wagner mercenaries. Burkina Faso's President Traore is surpassing the goals set by his predecessor, Sankara. By forming relationships with nations that Western powers view as rivals, he is confronting and challenging the West. Traore has become known as an audacious leader in Africa, thanks to this bold strategy. His new tactic is not only very clever, but also quite successful. Instead of directly challenging Western powers without any support, Traore has chosen to align himself with powerful friends. This not only makes him untouchable, but also sends a clear message that Burkina Faso will ally with countries regardless of the West's opinion of them. The deployment will heighten Western worries about Russia's growing sway in the Sahel region of Africa, where a string of coups in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have brought Moscow-aligned military governments to power and transformed a protracted regional battle with rebels associated with Daesh and Al-Qaeda. Take note that after nearly 32 years without a diplomatic presence in Burkina Faso, Russia announced in December that it was reopening its embassy in Ouagadougou. The reopening of the Russian embassy will help increase coordination in terms of foreign policy and consolidate the relations of friendship and cooperation uniting Russia and Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso also signed a deal with Russia in October to build a nuclear power plant, which will boost the country's energy supply. Less than 25% of the population of Burkina Faso has access to electricity. In a dramatic and far-reaching move in December that sent shockwaves throughout Africa and beyond, Captain Ibrahim Traore announced the expulsion of all foreign mining companies operating in his country. Bear in mind that Nordgold, which is a Russian gold mining company, was among these companies. This bold move was intended to reclaim control of the country's abundant gold resources. Traore's decision was a calculated move meant to guarantee that the country's gold reserves benefit its citizens rather than foreign businesses.
Like you can see, the situation here is tense as Ibrahim Traore consolidates power, backed by Russian military support. His expulsion of French influence has sent shockwaves through Burkina Faso with fears of escalating violence. Traore's move to continually expel France is a strategic shift, signaling a realignment of alliances in the region. With Russia reopening its embassy, Traore seeks for new partnership to counter jihadist threats and assert authority. Reports, however, has it that France condemned Traore's actions and urged for diplomatic solution, as Russia is obviously committed to strengthening ties with Burkina Faso and supporting Traore in his efforts for stability and development.
Traore is looking at every possible means to strengthen his country. It's no news again that Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger established a mutual defense pact known as the Alliance of Sahel States. The alliance was set up to help counter possible threats of armed rebellion or external aggression. It was created as ECOWAS was threatening to intervene militarily in Niger to help restore constitutional order, following the coup led by General Abdourahmane Tiani. All this has led these three countries to withdraw from the ECOWAS bloc. There are also a lot of projects currently going on in Burkina Faso. President Ibrahim Traore placed the foundation stone for the country's first gold refinery on November 23. It was said that the facility would generate its first gold 11 months after the kickoff of the project, with a production capacity of around 400 kilograms of gold per day. The project is being developed in partnership with an existing company called Marina Gold. Take note that Russia has also been closer to Niger, Chad, and Mali. Russian President Vladimir Putin met with Mohamed Idris Deby, the leader of Chad, on January 24 in the Kremlin. This was an attempt to win over a nation that had previously adhered to a pro-Western stance and had rejected Russia's recent outreach in Africa's Sahel region. Mohamed Deby's trip to Russia is the first official visit to Moscow by a Chadian leader in 56 years, and the second trip made by a leader of the landlocked Central African nation since it separated from France. After the coup in Niger, thousands of supporters were seen marching through the streets of the capital, Niamey, waving Russian flags, chanting the name of the Russian president, and forcefully denouncing former colonial power France. While Niger's security situation is dire, it's not as bad as neighboring Burkina Faso or Mali, which have also been battling an Islamic insurgency linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. Last year, Niger was the only one of the three to see a decline in violence. Mali currently faces heightened activity by jihadist groups and a resumption of hostilities in the north by predominantly Tuareg armed groups. Since August, there has been a series of attacks against army positions and civilians in the Timbuktu and Gao regions. In Burkina Faso, more than 6,000 people have lost their lives since January of 2023. Do you think these Russian troops will bolster security in the region? Russia possesses an experienced military with expertise in counterinsurgency tactics. Sharing this knowledge and training Burkina forces could lead to improved operational effectiveness against jihadist groups. Russia will also provide Burkina Faso with access to advanced weaponry and military equipment, potentially giving them an edge in combat. Talking about weapons, do not forget that Burkina Faso received the first shipment of cutting-edge weapons under its new strategic equipment plan from China, a development that indicates a major improvement in its military capabilities. The freshly acquired arsenal was unveiled on January 12th, with President Captain Ibrahim Traore presiding over a ceremony. Among the most prominent additions are 6 WMA 301 fire support vehicles.
Wow, you've seen it for yourself. This is obviously unprecedented. Traore's alliance with Russia changes everything. Like many citizens in Burkina Faso will say, France needs to reassess its approach in Africa. Traore's action reflects deep grievances. Evidently, the Traore factor continues to evolve, raising questions about the future of Burkina Faso and international relations. Stay tuned for further updates on this developing story. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We really do not take it lightly. My name again is Moses, and this is Think Tank TV. See you on our next video. Bye for now.